The first step in bringing Naya's book, which is Serve with Heart and Might, to Sisters Uptown Bookstore and Cultural Center in New York, is a journey which started with my association with Chuike Bernadette Anderson, who is a friend of mine, and she was of the opinion that there's a bookstore in New York that caters for African American history, cultural issues, that we need to just take a visit to Sisters Uptown Bookstore and Cultural Center. So when we came, I met Jennifer Wilson, who is the visionary and the chief executive of Sisters Uptown Bookstore. She was so warm and went into her story of being one of the last black bookstores to be around in catering for the community, and she was so excited about my story, my political journey, being a woman, and she wanted me to bring those stories from Africa, being an African American, to New York, to the US. And I thought it would be a delight for me to share my story from Africa, from the woman's perspective, from the African perspective, and from leadership, how I have been able to integrate with my community, how I've been able to serve my community, just like Jennifer. She's been serving her community for years with this bookstore, with the service, of a bookstore and a cultural center. And most of the culture, what you see around here is about Africa. So I think it kind of fits, and from there, ideas started flying, and Serve with Heart and Might became, a feature story at Sisters Uptown Bookstore.
I feel like this event really was enlightening. Naya, she has a lot of wisdom to give, and as a young person, I'm looking forward to read her book to see how she did it, how she followed her dreams. This definitely inspired me to follow my dreams. I always stuck in the routine of going to work 9 to 5. I'm definitely going to meditate and think about what I really like to do in life, and hopefully I can follow my dreams.
And I was quite impacted by Oluminye Oluwole this evening, and I know that her work and her inspiration and empowerment is going to impact women greatly across the waters around the globe. She has a great spirit that is impactful. I think you cannot help it. She is also so full of love and so full of caring that this is just another part of what she's already been doing. And so this book, Serve with Heart and Might, is going to just take it to another level for her, taking account of what she has done and what she will continue to do, and being a model, a role model for women around the world.
What I took from it, two things. One is empowerment of self. She spoke about being knocked down and finding a way to rise from that, which is a form of success. I thought that was empowering words when it comes to things that involve people in their everyday lives, meaning that everyone falls down, but it's the concept of getting up and pursuing your dreams and being who you are. The second thing that I got from it was basically fear of success. I think fear of success is something that we all, have, and we all have those ideas on how to be entrepreneurs, be businessmen and women, but there's a general fear that keeps us back. And she talked about making that one step that makes it okay to fail, but yet teaches you that there is something good that happens when you do take that initial step to be or do what you plan to be.
What I'm taking with me today is that I think I'm able to overcome the fear of knowing that things can be done in Nigeria if you set your mind at it. As I said earlier, I'm one of those that I checked out in the 80s, but I think we need, at some point in time, we all need to help make Nigeria better, and that's one of the things I'm taking with me today, that we all have a responsibility, collective responsibility to change Nigeria.
We tend to find in ourselves the love of self, and we want to exude that in other women. So we're going to partner as women of African descent to embrace and learn to love ourselves and exude that energy to women all over the universe. So that's a very, very key significance for the connection with Sister Oli Nayi and myself and Shuike Anderson.
The book opens with a chapter called 40 Broken, which is a moment, in my life that, when you say midlife crisis, as a woman, you've done all that you need to do. You're a woman, you're a mother, and at that point, you're looking at, is this all that is, about me? So Serve with Heart and Might started from self-realization, self-assessment of where I was as a woman, as a mother, and how would that connect with any woman? Every woman is the same everywhere. And when you get to, points in your life about, people usually say, generally speaking, midlife crisis, I believe it's a point where you don't give up on your dreams. You don't give up basically because maybe you feel that the road is a bit, uncertain, and where you're going is a bit uncertain. So it's a message for, I wouldn't say only for women, I would say for men and women to never to, stop dreaming, never to think that, because of a limitation or an obstacle, you can't do, great things. So I believe that is the way I want to see it, as it connects to women, because